Hey guys, my name is Kristen and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought about doing something a little bit different, doing a mashup video of a lot of small videos, kind of all on the same subject. So it would include word of the day, a small plant unboxing, maybe a repotting video, as well as a collection video. That being said, a lot of these portions were filmed at different times, so if they look different, because they are. So first, word of the day, where I introduce you to a cool new botanical phrase or term. Hopefully you find it interesting and enjoy. So the word of today is Caudex. Caudex is a term for those plants which have either a swollen root system or base, trunk, or stem. Oftentimes, the most familiar ones will look like a big bulb sitting at the top of the soil level, but sometimes they are more underground depending on the category of which they fall into. Commonly, they are known as fat plants or African fat plants or fat bottom plants. These plants, as you might suspect, store their water and nutrients in those bulb-like structures to see them through the drier portions of the season, wherever they may be. Usually, geographically, they are in desert, arid conditions and have evolved to store that water and nutrients to keep them alive through difficult times. So there are many genera that fall into the Caudex grouping. And I never realized that I had quite so many until I decided to do this video. So stay tuned. A little later on, I will be showing you my collection. Alrighty, so show and tell some of the caudiciforms that I have. This guy here is the Adenium obesum, or desert rose, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this one. I think it's like kangaroo rose too, or something like that. But they have the big swollen bases and then really gorgeous flowers on them. Comes in a wide range of different colors. The black ones are super cool. I think this one's like a red or a pink, so pretty common. But I actually got this one as a cutting and stirred it myself, so I'm a little proud of that. And that's the only reason why I don't toss this guy, because he is a mealybug magnet. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it keeps the mealies away from my other plants nearby, but it's a constant battle with this one to keep the mealies off. I've used a systemic granular on it and a methacloprid. I have used, of course, just the simple methods of rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, to dab on to the mealies. I've tried just dish soap and some elbow grease to just wash them off, and they always come back. But it's cool. I'm glad I got one. And you can see that, hi kitty, she found a Sharpie to knock off. You can see this guy isn't very fat, and I would imagine that if I withheld water a lot more, it would swell up. Plus, they tend to get the bigger caudexes as they age, so it might take him a while to get swole. Then the next one is one my friend at work gave me. Thanks, Karen. This is a Cissus tuberosa. And you can kind of see the Caudex right there. It's a really, really nice one. Kind of very odd shapen. They don't have that perfectly round base to them that some Caudexes do. But this one here has amazing foliage that looks a little bit like grape leaves. And it's a very vining plant from Mexico. And for me, it does go dormant, oftentimes during the winter. This last year, I don't know if it was just because of the weather or what, but it kept its amazing, very long vines. I'll see if I can find a picture of it from before. It kept them all the way until probably early winter. I'd say. And that was pretty awesome. And they turn a bright yellow before the vines die off, which is equally cool, I think. That's that dude. He's amazing. He did take a very long time to come out of dormancy this spring, but it was a very odd, coolish spring and even coolish summer now, so I don't blame him. And another one I got, this one is from my very dear friend Erin. Hi Erin, if you're watching. This one is a Jatropha podagrinica. Podagrica. Let's go with that. I like that one. Jatropha podagrica. And this one is one of my favorites. I just love the big old roughly roundish leaves on him and the cool stems, and he just sprouts off from the little side there. He was probably maybe an inch shorter when I got him 5-ish years ago. He's never had a swollen base on him. They do call these, I think, like the Buddha belly plants, just because they do tend to get that swollen Caudex-y stem to them. And he's never been very swollen for me. And I would imagine, again, if you were to withhold the water for long term, you'd probably see more of that. But I water him fairly regularly, and I found that doing so keeps his foliage going. And the more I withhold the water, he tends to lose his leaves. And again, hi kitty. Again, this guy does go dormant or semi-dormant during the winter months. This last winter, he kept his foliage up all through that season. So he's always had some leaves on him for the past year, which is pretty cool. And I'm not sure if it's just the mild weather or what. So super amazed with this guy. Love him to death. Then the other one I got... Okay, the other dude I have is this Pachypodium lemeri. Oh, kitty, this is very spiky. You don't want to get into this. Hi, Frederica. Goodbye, Frederica. So this is also known as the Madagascar palm. And I got this guy, surprisingly, at Walmart. It's by Altman Plants. That's the company that sold them to Walmart. And they've been carrying quite a bit of them for the last couple of years at Walmart, so definitely check them out. This guy was only $15 for this large specimen. It hasn't grown much since I got him last year, but you can see there's a couple little side babies and a big boy. And again, they can go somewhat dormant or semi-dormant, as I would say. In winter months, they'll drop a lot of foliage. But mine kept it up pretty well through the winter. He does tend to get some aphids on him occasionally, but nothing that's not manageable. Some mealies too. But look at the freaking thorns on this guy. Hence why I've been a little bit terrified about repotting him. Madagascar palm! I wonder if it's native to Madagascar. I don't know. I'm not going to look that one up. And the other ones are a little too big or difficult to show you sitting down, so let me swing you around. So I'm going to show you my rosary vine or string of hearts. This guy, I'm sure a lot of you have it. It's a Caudex. Yeah, they have little tiny, I'm sure you've all seen them, little dingle-dangle dingleberries, which are the caudexes of the plant. And mine are a little bit squishy. I think I probably need to water my mama plant, but these are what you want to use to propagate. So if you see them, you want to propagate your vine, you can literally just chop them off, half bury them, and they'll start to grow more. But this is the Ceropegia woodii, and it is a caudiform plant, which I guess I always knew in the back of my mind, but totally forgot it. And moving on, next door is the Bowia volubilis, which, look at the cool, amazing, fatty Caudex on this guy. I got this plant from a local greenhouse that's from the community college, and it was only $10. I'm so happy I got it. It's an amazing one. I think they also call this the sea onion or the climbing onion for good reason. And interesting story, this guy needs a lot more moisture than you would suspect. I've killed it a couple times by, first, I don't think it was in bright enough light, so I have it in a very bright, sunny spot. Second time I almost killed it was because it needed moisture, and I read online that when you have that shrunken, almost shriveled Caudex base to it, that's actually a sign that this guy needs water. So kind of counterintuitive. I thought that I was overwatering it, even though I probably only did it once or twice a month at best, but now I water it weekly, especially now that it is fully leafed out and vining. Let me show you. It's incredible. It's grown so fast. I cut it back after it was having troubles, and this was literally just in probably a few weeks' time. Look at the vines. It keeps going up. It's twirled around the base of my macrame. Keeps going up and up and up and up. And then I did attach him to the curtain rod at the top just to try and get him out of the way of my other plants, but you can see the little tendrils. They're just sort of sneaking out. But yeah, that is my sea onion. Okay guys, so here is my pregnant onion, Ornithogalum caudatum, I believe it is. But you can see the swollen Caudex is here, and I recently repotted it, so they don't generally form a pentagram like this. That was me. They just have a big old mama with all these little side shoots, and then off of the mama, you can also see it develops right under the sort of onion skin there. Those little baby bulbils, or bulbets, or whatever you want to call them. That will be the offspring, and if you take them off, you can replant them. Eventually, they will grow up big. I did have to repot this guy, and I lost a lot of foliage, but usually it's nice, big, strappy leaves that just cascade down. It's kind of cool looking. I think that probably the base is a little bit more interesting than the leaves. But yeah, this is my Prager onion. And then I also recently got a Stefania erecta, which is a really amazing Caudex that I was very excited to get, and I will show you that in the unboxing video. Came home from work to a nice little surprise, this package. I ordered this probably a month or so ago, and it is from Thailand, so understandably it took a very long time. And it is a Stefania erecta. It's actually a Caudex, and it has these really amazing round leaves on them. So I got 2 of them for $20 off of Etsy, and it was free shipping. So pretty impressed with that. And it even came with the phytosanitary certificate, which is pretty impressive. So the seller did a great job and was super helpful and communicative about the whole process. So I shall now be opening it up, and I shall maybe even link to the seller if it's as good a product as I think it is. May I have ye old.
Oh God.
One of these days you're just gonna get a call at work that I've done an unboxing video without you and have slashed myself.
No, I'm more worried about you throwing a knife at me.
saying is you best be on your best behavior.
I've done nothing wrong.
That I know of. Ah, yes. This old teaching came in quite well right now. Always slice away from you.
Cut towards your buddy, not your body.
So, here's the incredibly official looking copy of the phytosanitary certificate from Thailand. Okay. Look at all that. Very official. I'm not going to read it. I'm sure it's all wonderful. Like I said, I ordered this probably about a month ago. If I weren't so lazy, I would look up the exact date, but I am lazy. So excited. Oh, look at these little testicles of wonderment. Look at them!
I knew it.
Aren't they great?
Hmm?
They're kind of small. Slightly squishy. But quite amazing, don't you think?
Hmm?
Hmm? Right. But pretty happy. That was a great price. $20 for these. Seen them offered
I see one.
for much more.
Ooh.
And the seller gave some directions. They direct messaged me about it, and they also have on their hi kitty,
No.
their Etsy site, how to grow them. So you're supposed to put half of it in a well-draining mixture of soil and put them in an enclosed plastic clear box of some kind, or I'm sure a dome would work fine. And that's, I'm sure, just to bring the humidity up in order to force them to leaf out. And you want to put them in a shaded area, less sunlight into that box, and then in 3 weeks to 2 months, depending on weather, the leaves will start to sprout. And then once the leaves do sprout up, you can put the plants in pretty much full sun at that point. So you water them when the soil is completely dry. So I shall be doing that. And I, again, am lazy and tired from work, so I shall be potting these up tomorrow.
She couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait to open it. I'm excited.
You can now do it as the face of joy. Oh.
So, I don't know. Gotta find a safe place to put these because they're round and rolly and we have cats, and so yeah, should work. Just trying. Keep them close to me, safe. Yeah, that should work. Keep them out of the way, safe, also warm, and possibly a little moist too, so help get things sprouting. So I will be potting these up tomorrow. This is the potting up video. So let's play with the cat for a while. So I got the Stefania erecta bulbs, and I am going to be planting these up. I have a gritty mix here, which I think I'll use instead of a normal potting soil. This is the only container I had available at the moment, so it's going to be this or nothing. I'm going to put both together, and literally just like that, we are done. So just keep it humid. I'm probably going to put some sort of bag over top or a glass dome over it to keep the humidity in, like as was recommended. So that's that.